There's a pundit thicker than a snicker who's got a word of warning for Max Verstappen. This is Quick Stop News. Welcome to Quick Stop News. My name is Barry Hart, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that, and yes, we've been away, but we're back. And I missed you. I missed you so much. Give Barry a kiss. Barry missed you. Barry missed you so much. Yes. Welcome to the best F1 news show on the planet. Let's have some sound effects for that. Say that again. Best F1 show on the planet. God damn. Here are your headlines. Max is mad at Red Bull, but is the grass greener on the other side? Karun Chandok thinks not. Will there even be a seat? George Russell about to be in the money. F1 content creator in hot water over Lewis Hamilton comments. Oh gosh. Well, if you've got this far, make sure to give this video a like and a subscribe. We appreciate all the new fans. So, on to our news. And today, it's been reported by Karun Chandok that Max might not have it all his own way over in Mercedes were he to jump ship should the Red Bull continue to be an absolute shitbox of a car. Or so they say it is, even though it's won a race and finished quite well in the standings. But it's such a bad car. Max is driving a shitbox, apparently. Blah, 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 blah. But nevertheless, there are concerns that Max Verstappen has a release clause in his contract. This release clause could mean that Max could exit as soon as next season if he's lower than P3. He's currently in P3. Helmut Marko seems to be shitting his little pants. So he's probably shitting his diaper. Well, he's shitting his little man diaper. Oh, old man Helmut shat himself again. Oh dear. What are we gonna do? Nevertheless, Karun Chandok believes that Max Verstappen has it sweet at Red Bull. He has it so sweet, he gets to choose his teammates. He gets to say, feed me the worst of the worst. Feed me people that I can munch up like a little rib. So we'll see, but let's see what Karun has to say. Karun Chandok has said, I think Red Bull have created a situation perhaps where Max has got a say on who is in the other car, he told Sky F1. Whereas Mercedes, he may not have a say. Now, in all honesty, Max and Mercedes seems like something that would happen potentially in the future, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and the reason I'm not sure is because it's being reported that Toto Wolff's about to put the money on George. That's right. Not yet to sign a contract. I think he is the key player alongside Verstappen in the driver market for summer. George Russell potentially on the verge of a $30 million per year contract with Mercedes. Sorry, let me read that again. $30 million for George Russell of Kings Lynn. My God. They're just handing out the max contracts to anyone these days, aren't they? But no, in all seriousness, George Russell has been exceptional this season in how ordinary he's been. You know? Like he's done nothing special, but he's done nothing special so consistently that it's almost like when you have a woman that you work with in the office and, under any other circumstances, you won't think anything of them. But then you spend 8 hours a day with them and, they're at the photocopier and they're photocopying that thing so damn good. And you're thinking, oh, maybe I can make this my wife. Maybe this is the woman I'll spend the rest of my life with. And then you marry her and then she leaves you. She leaves you. you know, and then you are a mid-30s Caucasian male with luscious blonde hair on Hinge, and they're asking you, and they're saying, I like to spend my Sundays with a roast dinner and watching F1, and you say, I have the hottest F1 show in the world, and then they say, you don't look like Matt and Tommy. And I said, no, that's not me. And they said, well, you don't look like Tomo. I said, that's not me. And they said, you don't look like Cameron. And I said, well, fuck you then. Nevertheless, George Russell is key. And look, it looks as if George has that seat if he wants it. I can't imagine, with Kimi Antonelli doing so well, that Toto would want to completely mess up that relationship that George and Kimi seem to have, which is harmonious. You bring Max Verstappen in, you kick George out, presumably. What do you gain from that? Do you kill your little puppy Kimi with his little hair and his little, I'm just here to drive the car. I don't know if that's what Toto wants to do, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, and we'll wait and see. Now, on to what I can only describe as an absolute flame grilling from one of I mentioned him earlier, Cameron. Cameron is a well-known F1 content creator. Great work with that guy, Peter Windsor. And he has been getting flame grilled on Twitter right now. After Lewis Hamilton and his Vogue article came out, rapturous applause from everyone. Wow! Lewis Hamilton, greatest F1 driver of all time. Now, he's here, he's out the Vogue cover, something that has not been afforded to any Formula One driver ever. And Lewis Hamilton is there promoting the Met Gala, of which he will be co-chair in a blaze of glory, celebrated by everyone up and down the paddock. Cameron has said, and the quote, Lewis, my sole focus is winning my first championship for Ferrari. And then also he then quoted a picture of Lewis on the cover, seemingly equating the fact that if Lewis is going to be serious about getting on top of the Ferrari and being able to fight at the front, then he would not be on the cover of Vogue, apparently. I say this to all you people, all you naysayers about Lewis. Sometimes it's best to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. Sometimes when greatness stares you in the face, it can be blinding. You take your glasses off. Oh, my eyes. I can't see because the greatness is blinding me so much. Not used to the amount of greatness that I'm seeing of a black man conquering a white sport and then taking this tiny little sport, which hardly anyone fucking cares about anyway, and taking it to the world and making it cool. So cool it's on the most fashionable cover in the world. That's not a bad thing. James Hunt was running up and down the grid, smoking cigarettes, putting his dick in anything that moved. Celebrated. Ayrton Senna, he was on TV. He was on magazine covers. Made the sport bigger. We celebrate that to this day. But God forbid, a 7-time, 100-plus race wins, 100-plus pole positions, driving for the biggest sports in the world. God forbid that man graces the cover of Vogue whilst pushing for diversity in our sports and in media as well. God forbid. God. I just think everyone needs to relax when it comes to Lewis and let the season play out. And if there's one man I trust to deal with the pressures of the move to Ferrari, am I going to choose Cameron or am I going to choose Lewis Hamilton? In this hand, I've got a pair of supple breasts. Great. In this hand, I've got a pile of shit. Not great. Breast all the time. Lewis Hamilton, 8th championship incoming. Okay. Thank you for watching Quick Some News. I'm sorry we were gone for so long, but I did tell you I've got a habit. I might not be around, but I'll always be right here in your hearts. And you're not there. You're not there quite yet. But keep watching, like and subscribe, and maybe you will be able to be in my heart. Mi amore. Thank you to everyone watching. Much appreciated. Like, subscribe, all of them things there. And things. Oh my God. What kind of DEI script is this? What kind of DEI? All of those things there. And remember, keep it on the black stuff. Come on the Arsenal.